press on go live. Okay. And I think we're going to be, yep, we're live. So let's see here. Just make sure there's no background noise going on. All right. We are live, everyone. Shalom. I'm Brother Doug with the Wakened by Yahuwah Fellowship Group and Yahuwah Almighty Yahushua Messiah. My mom is with me tonight on the other side of the room. She's doing her own reading over there. Brother Jeff and Sakai are with us over here with Sister Marnie and Sister Sally and my brother Dennis. And so tonight we're going to be continuing our book by book, chapter by chapter Torah readings. I did want to make an announcement. We are going to be doing Torah portions in the future now that I finally found a link for a decent Torah portion for our Sabbath day study. So stay tuned definitely for that. But tonight we're going to be continuing in our Leviticus readings, and we're going to be going to chapter 20. I'm going to, like I always do, I'm going to have the Unkelos Targum on the right and the LXXC Brenton's English Septuagint on the left. So we'll have it side by side here with the Word software, which you can get for free if you have PC or laptop and you're interested. You can get for free at theword.com. I think it's thewordbiblesoftware.com. Okay. Here we go here. So here we go. Leviticus chapter 20. Okay. Let me just get my mic. I almost forgot my mic. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, you shall also say to the children of Yasharal, if there shall be any of the children of Yasharal, or of those who have become converts in Yasharal, meaning those that are sojourners that become part of Yasharal, who shall give of his seed to Molech, let him be surely put to death. The nation, or in the Greek, you would see ethnos, in the original Greek word there, ethnicity, upon the land shall stone him with stones. Okay. So, and the Onkelos gives you a more literal word for word transliteration here. House of Yasharal shall stone him with stones. Okay. And I will set my face against that man, and I will cut him off from his people. Okay. And I will cut him off from his people because he has given of his seed to Molech to defile my set apart place and profane the name of them that are set apart to me. Okay, so that's interesting. And the Onkelos on the right says profane my set apart name, but it doesn't mention profaning those that are set apart to me. That's kind of interesting. Okay, a little difference there. And if the natives of the land should anywise overlook that man in giving of his seed to Molech, so as not to put him to death, then I will set my face against that man and his family, and I will destroy him and all who have been of one mind with him. Interesting, kind of reminds me of Revelations, one mind to worship the beast, so that he should go a-whoring to the princes from their people. So the reason Septuagint says princes instead of Molech is because the Hebrew word that Molech comes from, the word Molech or the name Molech comes from, is Malach. It's related to the Hebrew word for king or prince, Malach. So the Septuagint sometimes will give you the definition instead of a transliteration or translation, just to give you an answer why you see princes here on one side and Molech on the other. So Molech, or it is the root word of Molech actually goes back to Malach, just to give that, answer for that. And the soul that shall follow those who have in them divining spirits or enchanters, so as to go whoring after them, I will set my face against that soul and will destroy it from among its people. So pretty much the same thing in that verse. Okay. And you shall be set apart, for I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, am set apart. Okay. And you shall observe my ordinances and do them. I am Yahuwah that sets you apart. Every man who shall speak evil of his father or his mother, let him die the death. He has spoken evil of his father or his mother, he shall be guilty. Okay. And the Targum on Kalos even makes it more specific, says guilty of death. So whatever man shall commit adultery with the wife of a man, so it shows you that adultery specifically is actually entering in another man's wife, having relations with another man's wife. That's considered adultery.
I'd say so.
Or whoever shall commit adultery with the wife of his neighbor, let them die the death, the adulterer and the adulteress. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And notice how it has to, notice that they have to be together. So you can't, and this is my reasoning. This is what I believe about why Yahusha said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, because none of them saw the act happening.
Right.
They were claiming to be witnesses, but they never really saw it happen. They never saw the man actually lay with the woman. They only had the woman present. So many people don't even realize that the context of it is that it's not like he's doing away with stoning, like he's doing away with the law or anything. It's actually that he's showing her mercy because what the Torah of Moses requires, they didn't have.
Right.
They didn't have the two parties, and they didn't have anyone that physically literally saw them do the act. So again, it would have been unrighteous witnesses, against the adulteress. So anyway, and that's why they didn't throw the stones, because he said, if you're without sin in this matter, go ahead, cast the first stone. And they put him down because they realized that they were trying to trick him and try to get him to unrighteously stone her.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, verse 11, and if anyone should lie with his father's wife, he has uncovered his father's nakedness. Let them both die the death, they are guilty. And if anyone should lie with his daughter-in-law, let them both be put to death, for they have worked in reverence or impiety. They are guilty. So meaning they're not reverencing the father by doing so. Whoever shall lie with a male as with a woman, they have both worked abomination, let them die the death. They are guilty. Okay. Whosoever shall take a woman and her mother, it is lawlessness. They shall burn him and them with fire. So there shall not be lawlessness among you. Okay. So
the homosexual thing coming in.
Yep. So this is talking about if you marry a woman and then you try to marry her mother as your second wife, you can't have. So it's showing that there's a certain type of polygamy that's not allowed. You can't marry the daughter of that woman and then marry. Mother. Yeah. So that's what this is saying. So, you had some sick stuff probably going on before the flood, probably. You had some weird stuff going on. And so whosoever shall lie with a beast, let him die the death. And you shall kill the beast. And whatever woman shall approach any beast so as to have connection with it, meaning to have sexual relations with it, you shall kill the woman and the beast, let them die the death, they are guilty. See, whosoever shall take his sister by his father or by his mother and shall see her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a reproach, they shall be destroyed before the children of their family. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, they shall bear their sin. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. And whatever man shall lie with a woman that is set apart or for a flux, meaning she's on her period, and shall uncover her nakedness, he has uncovered her fountain, and she has uncovered the flux of her blood. They shall be both destroyed from among their generation. Me personally, if I was just to give my personal opinion, I don't know what would want someone to do that while their wife is on their period, to be honest. But anyway, um, and you shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister or of the sister of your mother, for that man has uncovered the nakedness of one near akin. They shall bear their lawlessness. Okay. So this is, I believe this would be talking about your aunt. Okay. Whosoever shall lie with his near kinswoman has uncovered the nakedness of one near akin to him. They shall die childless. Whoever shall take his brother's wife, it is uncleanness. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall die childless. Obviously, in context, it's talking about when his brother is still alive, because we know later on in the Torah, there's a commandment that when your brother dies and if your brother's wife doesn't have any children, it's your responsibility to marry your sister-in-law who has become a widow. So anyway, and keep ye all my ordinances and my right rulings, and you shall do them, and the land shall not be aggrieved with you, into which I bring you to dwell upon it. And walk not in the customs of the nations which I drive out from before you, for they have done all these things, and I have abhorred them. So even though it says a general statement right here, it says, don't do the customs of the nations, right? So, but what is the context? What is the actual customs he's referring to? He's talking about specific customs pertaining to worship, pertaining to pagan type of ceremonies, right? So that's what he means by not holding to their customs, because there are some normal things that the heathens do. So, okay, we can't take something like this and make an extreme general statement from this. Okay. All right. And I said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you for a possession, a land flowing with milk and honey. Obviously, this is talking about a physical land, the land of Canaan. He's given them as their inheritance, and that's the context here. Okay. I am Yahuwah your Elohim, who has separated you from all people. And you shall make distinction between the clean and the unclean cattle, between clean and unclean birds. You shall not defile yourselves, your souls with cattle or with birds or with any creeping things of the earth, which I have separated for you by reason of uncleanness. Okay. And the only difference here I see in the Targum is that it has abominable beast or fowl, so it makes it a little bit more specific. All right. And you shall be set apart to me, because I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, am set apart, who separate you from all the nations to be mine. And let's see, the Targum on Kalos kind of paraphrases here. It says, I have separated you from the nations to be I actually like that. It says worshipers before me, meaning worshipers of me, of Yahuwah. And as for a man or woman, whosoever them shall have in them a divining spirit or be an enchanter, let them both die the death. You shall stone them with stones, they are guilty. Okay, so there's no partiality here. If a man or a woman has a divining spirit in them, like, a sorcerer, sorceress, an enchanter, they are to be stoned to death. Okay. And that's pretty much the end of Leviticus chapter 20. I'm going to give time to my brothers and sisters if they want to unmute themselves. And just remember, stay on topic. As long as you have something that's pertaining to this chapter, you can go ahead and share your thoughts, questions, comments. If not, we'll go off the record and we'll talk about something else after we finish the recording. So I'm just going to give time for anyone else that wants to share anything pertaining to what we just read. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. That was Leviticus chapter 20. And if you're looking for fellowship, any of our brothers and sisters out there, feel free to reach out to us. We do have a Facebook page, the Wakened by Yahuwah Assembly Facebook page, so you can reach out to me there. Most of us, I say at least half of this group has Facebook pages of their own that you can direct message us, and so feel free to reach out to us or even reach out to me on YouTube. Um, Other than that, I just want to thank our brothers and sisters for tuning in and watching. And my prayer would be that this was an edification to all who were listening and who were reading along and watching this study. Have a great rest of your Sabbath, guys. Shalom.